Imagine rising from the vibrant yet challenging streets of Atlanta, Georgia, where faith and music intertwined in everyday life, to becoming a gospel powerhouse who touched millions with soul-stirring anthems. Richard Smallwood did just that, transforming his God-given talent into a legacy that redefined contemporary gospel music. From humble beginnings as a child prodigy at the piano to composing timeless hits like Total Praise and I Love the Lord, he inspired generations and earned 8 Grammy nominations, multiple Dove and Stellar Awards, and induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. With a net worth of $10 million built through decades of dedication, Smallwood stood as a beacon of perseverance and spiritual depth. But what trials did he overcome to reach such heights? And how did his lifestyle reflect the man behind the music? Stick around as we dive into the extraordinary world of Richard Smallwood. Early life and struggles. Born on November 30th, 1948 in Atlanta, Georgia, Richard Smallwood entered a world marked by the post-war era's social upheavals and the Deep South's racial tensions. His family wasn't affluent. They navigated the realities of a segregated society where opportunities for black families were limited. Raised in a modest household, Smallwood's early environment was steeped in church culture, which became both a sanctuary and a proving ground. His mother, Mabel, worked tirelessly to support the family, instilling values of hard work and faith. But it was his stepfather, Reverend Chester Smallwood, a dedicated pastor at Union Temple Baptist Church in southeast Washington, D.C., who profoundly influenced him after the family relocated there. Reverend Smallwood taught young Richard about resilience in the face of adversity, emphasizing that true strength came from spiritual conviction and community service. Through the storms of life, his stepfather often said, "Praise is your anchor." As a child, Smallwood faced personal hurdles that tested his resolve. By age 5, he was already playing piano by ear, a gift that set him apart, but also invited envy from peers. In school, he encountered bullying for his quiet demeanor and focus on music rather than sports or street games. The move to Washington, D.C. brought new challenges, including adapting to urban life amid the civil rights movement's turbulence. Financial strains meant the family often scraped by, with Smallwood recalling times when meals were simple and luxuries non-existent. Yet, these hardships fueled his passion. At 11, he formed his first gospel group, performing in local churches despite skepticism from those who doubted a child's ability to lead. One poignant story highlights his grit. During a particularly tough winter, the family's heating failed, forcing them to huddle in the church for warmth. There, Smallwood practiced endlessly on the old piano, turning discomfort into creativity. Another trial came in his teens when he battled self-doubt after a failed audition for a school music program, feeling the weight of societal barriers against black musicians in classical realms. These experiences forged Smallwood's character, teaching him that success demanded not just talent, but tenacity. His family's unwavering support, especially his mother's prayers and his stepfather's sermons, became the foundation for his future triumphs. As we move forward, it's clear how these early battles prepared him for the demanding path of a music career journey. Building on those formative years of hardship and discovery, Smallwood's professional path unfolded as a testament to his enduring talent and faith-driven ambition. Smallwood's entry into the music world was deliberate and rooted in education. After high school, he enrolled at Howard University in Washington, D.C., where he pursued a degree in classical music and vocal performance, graduating cum laude. This academic foundation blended his gospel roots with sophisticated techniques, setting him apart. His first significant break came in the early 1970s when he began arranging music for local choirs and churches. In 1977, he founded the Richard Smallwood Singers, a group that quickly gained traction for its innovative fusion of traditional gospel with classical and jazz elements. Their debut album, released in 1982, marked his official launch, featuring tracks that showcased his compositional prowess. Key milestones punctuated his ascent. In 1984, the release of Psalms album earned critical acclaim, with songs like Center of My Joy becoming staples in church repertoires. This led to collaborations with icons such as Whitney Houston, who recorded his I Love the Lord for the Preacher's Wife soundtrack in 1996, exposing his work to mainstream audiences. By the 1990s, Smallwood had transitioned to leading the ensemble Vision, releasing hits like Total Praise in 1996, which resonated globally and was covered by artists including Destiny's Child. This track alone solidified his status, often performed at funerals, weddings, and national events. His 2001 album, Persuaded Live in D.C., captured a live performance that highlighted his dynamic stage presence and choral direction, earning him his first Grammy nomination. Throughout his career, Smallwood amassed impressive accolades. He received 8 Grammy nominations across categories like Best Gospel Performance and Best Gospel Choir or Chorus Album. Beyond Grammys, he won 3 Dove Awards for excellence in Christian music and numerous Stellar Gospel Music Awards, including Artist of the Year. His induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame in 2006 recognized his contributions to over 4 decades of innovation. Financially, these successes translated into substantial earnings. Album sales, touring, and royalties from covers generated millions, with Total Praise alone contributing significantly to his income. He performed for 3 U.S. presidents, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama, elevating gospel's profile in political spheres. Challenges persisted, including industry shifts toward contemporary sounds that sometimes clashed with his classical leanings. Yet, Smallwood adapted, releasing albums like Healing Live in Detroit in 2006, which addressed themes of recovery and faith amid personal health scares. His work extended to mentoring young artists, founding workshops to nurture talent in underserved communities. By the 2010s, retrospectives like Anthology Live in 2015 celebrated his catalog, drawing sold-out crowds. Even in later years, he remained active, composing for films and Broadway-inspired productions. As we shift to his present-day world, Smallwood's career not only built his fortune, but also mirrored his commitment to uplifting others through music. Real estates. The Washington, D.C. gem, $5 million. Nestled in the upscale neighborhoods of Washington, D.C., where Smallwood spent much of his adult life. This sprawling residence stood as a testament to his achievements in the gospel world. Acquired after his breakthrough albums, it became his primary home base for composing and hosting intimate gatherings. Stepping inside, the grand foyer led to a spacious living area designed for relaxation and inspiration, with high ceilings that amplified the sense of openness. Adjacent was the dining space, perfect for family meals or entertaining fellow musicians, featuring elegant built-in cabinetry for displaying cherished awards. The kitchen emerged as a culinary haven, equipped with top-of-the-line appliances, including a professional-grade stove and double ovens, ideal for preparing soulful Southern dishes that reminded him of his Atlanta roots. A cozy breakfast nook overlooked the backyard, blending functionality with warmth. Upstairs, the master suite provided a private oasis, complete with a sitting area for quiet reflection and an ensuite bathroom boasting a soaking tub and dual. Vanities for ultimate pampering. Guest bedrooms offered comfort with ample storage and natural light, each thoughtfully arranged to accommodate visiting artists during collaborative sessions. One standout feature was the home office, transformed into a creative studio with soundproofing for late-night piano sessions, surrounded by shelves of sheet music and memorabilia from his Grammy-nominated works. The lower level housed a recreational space, including a home theater for screening gospel documentaries and a fitness room to maintain his health amid a busy schedule. Flowing seamlessly from the interior, the outdoor pool area invited leisurely swims, bordered by lounge seating for summer afternoons, spent unwinding after tours. This property wasn't just a house, It was a hub where Smallwood balanced his public persona with private rejuvenation, connecting his past struggles to present triumphs. The Atlanta haven, $3 million. Moving southward to his birthplace, Smallwood's Atlanta property offered a more intimate escape, purchased as a nod to his origins and used for family retreats and songwriting getaways. This elegant home, acquired in the mid-2000s following his Hall of Fame induction, captured the essence of Southern hospitality with a layout that emphasized comfort over ostentation. Entering through the welcoming entryway, the main living quarters featured a comfortable lounge area with plush seating arranged for conversations or impromptu performances. The adjacent formal dining room allowed for hosting holiday gatherings with easy access to the kitchen, a modern setup with granite countertops, a large island for prep work, and high-end refrigeration units to store fresh ingredients for his favorite home-cooked meals. The primary bedroom suite upstairs served as a serene retreat, including a reading alcove and a bathroom with a rainfall showerhead and heated floors for added luxury during cooler months. Additional bedrooms provided versatile spaces, one converted into a prayer room with inspirational artwork and comfortable cushions for meditation. A dedicated study doubled as a music den equipped with recording gear and a collection of vinyl records from gospel legends who influenced him. Downstairs, the basement level included a media room for enjoying classic films and a small gym area with cardio equipment to stay active. The outdoor pool, a highlight, featured a cascading waterfall edge, creating a tranquil spot for reflection or casual swims under the Georgia sun. This Atlanta abode bridged Smallwood's early life with his later successes, serving as a peaceful counterpoint to his bustling D.C. lifestyle and ensuring smooth transitions between his professional commitments. The Maryland Sanctuary, $2 million. Finally, in the quieter suburbs of Sandy Spring, Maryland, near where he spent his final days, Smallwood's most modest yet cherished property provided a restful haven, bought in later years for its proximity to medical facilities and natural surroundings. This home emphasized tranquility, ideal for contemplation and recovery. The interior began with a light-filled vestibule opening to a cozy great room, where comfortable furnishings encouraged relaxation and visits from close friends. The kitchen, efficient and well-appointed, included a pantry stocked for quick meals and a casual eating area for everyday use. Upstairs, the master quarters offered solace with a balcony access point and a spa-like bathroom featuring a jetted tub for therapeutic soaks. Supporting bedrooms were adaptable, one serving as a guest suite and another as a hobby space for arranging new compositions. Outside, the pool area, with its simple lap design, promoted health and leisure, surrounded by greenery for privacy. This Maryland retreat rounded out Smallwood's portfolio, linking his assets in a way that prioritized well-being and legacy over extravagance, seamlessly tying into his broader life narrative. Car collection. As we cruise from Smallwood's impressive homes to another facet of his lifestyle, his car collection revealed a man who appreciated reliable, elegant vehicles that mirrored his journey, from humble roots to celebrated status, each one carrying stories of milestones and quiet drives filled with inspiration. Leading the pack was his prized Rolls-Royce Phantom, valued at $1 million, a symbol of the pinnacle he reached after decades in the spotlight. Acquired following his Gospel Music Hall of Fame induction, this majestic ride became his go-to for special events, like arriving at award ceremonies where fans cheered his name. Its smooth handling and spacious interior allowed him to reflect on lyrics during long commutes, turning traffic into creative sessions. One memorable tale involved a late-night drive after a concert where the car's quiet cabin inspired a new melody that later became a hit. It wasn't just transportation, it represented the grace and elevation he brought to gospel music, much like how he elevated choirs with his compositions. Next in line, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, at $200,000, served as his everyday companion, purchased amid the success of his live albums. This vehicle wove into his narrative as a reliable partner for cross-country tours, ferrying him to churches and studios where he mentored young talents. Stories abound of road trips to Atlanta, stopping at roadside diners to share wisdom with aspiring musicians, the car's advanced features ensuring comfort on those journeys. It embodied his blend of sophistication and approachability, much like his music that appealed to both congregations and celebrities. Rounding out the trio was the Cadillac Escalade, priced at $100,000, a practical choice bought early in his career resurgence. This SUV told tales of family outings and community service drives, like transporting choir members to rehearsals or delivering aid to local charities. One heartfelt anecdote recalled a winter storm where he used it to help stranded neighbors, turning a simple errand into an act of kindness that echoed his faith-driven life. It was the workhorse of his collection, grounding his luxuries in service, just as his songs grounded listeners in hope. Together, these vehicles painted a picture of Smallwood's evolution, each drive a chapter in his story of perseverance and praise. Personal life. Shifting gears from his material world, Smallwood's personal sphere added layers of authenticity, revealing a man whose relationships and community ties deepened his public image as a gospel luminary. Though Smallwood never married and had no children, his life was rich with meaningful connections that shaped his essence. His bond with his mother, Mabel, remained central. She was his first supporter, attending early performances and offering prayers during tough times. After her passing, he honored her through charitable acts, often crediting her for his moral compass. Similarly, his stepfather, Reverend Chester Smallwood, served as a paternal guide, whose pastoral role influenced Richard's commitment to ministry through music. Extended family gatherings in Atlanta reinforced these ties, with cousins and relatives sharing stories that inspired his lyrics. In the absence of a spouse or kids, Smallwood poured energy into mentorship and friendships within the gospel community. He was actively involved in organizations like the Gospel Music Association, where he advocated for emerging black artists, earning honors for his philanthropy. His cultural contributions included workshops at Howard University, his alma mater, fostering talent and promoting diversity in music. These efforts mirrored the inspirational themes in his work, like resilience in total praise, reflecting his own life's authenticity. Controversies were rare, but Smallwood faced scrutiny in the 1990s over his classical gospel fusion, with some traditionalists criticizing it as too secular. He responded gracefully, emphasizing unity in faith during interviews, turning potential division into dialogue. Another moment came with health rumors in the 2010s, which he addressed publicly to raise awareness about wellness, showcasing vulnerability that endeared him to fans. Overall, Smallwood's personal narrative, heartfelt and respectful, highlighted a life of service, where community involvement amplified his professional traits of humility and devotion, making him relatable beyond the stage. Tragic death. In a profound loss that reverberated through the gospel music community and beyond, Richard Smallwood, the legendary composer, pianist, and singer whose anthems uplifted millions, passed away on December 30th, 2025. He was 77 years old, having just celebrated his birthday a month earlier on November 30th. Smallwood died at the Brook Grove Rehabilitation and Nursing Center in Sandy Spring, Maryland, a quiet suburb where he had sought solace in his later years. The cause of death was complications from kidney failure, a condition that had plagued him for an extended period, compounded by other health challenges, including mild dementia. These ailments had gradually sidelined him from active recording and performing, marking a poignant end to a career that spanned over 5 decades of spiritual and musical innovation. Smallwood's health struggles were not widely publicized until his final years, reflecting his private nature and unwavering faith. Diagnosed with kidney issues several years prior, he managed his condition discreetly, drawing strength from the same scriptural inspirations that fueled his compositions. In interviews toward the end of his life, he spoke candidly about relying on prayer and community support, much like the themes in his hit, Total Praise, which he wrote during a personal low point in 1996 amid family sorrows. His dementia, described as mild but impactful, prevented him from pursuing new projects after his 2015 album Anthology Live and his 2019 memoir. Despite these battles, Smallwood remained spiritually resilient, often sharing messages of hope on social media and through close associates, emphasizing that God's grace is sufficient, even in frailty. The news of his passing sent shockwaves across the music world, eliciting heartfelt tributes from peers and admirers. Gospel icons like Yolanda Adams and Kirk Franklin praised him as a trailblazer who bridged classical and gospel with unmatched elegance. Whitney Houston's estate highlighted how his song "I Love the Lord," featured in her 1996 film The Preacher's Wife, introduced his work to mainstream audiences, calling it a timeless gift. Destiny's Child members, who covered Total Praise in a 2007 medley, remembered him as the architect of songs that heal the soul. The Gospel Music Association, which inducted him into their Hall of Fame in 2006, issued a statement mourning the loss of a giant, whose harmonies echoed eternity. Fans flooded social media with videos of choirs performing his classics, turning grief into collective worship. Funeral arrangements were kept private per family wishes, with a memorial service planned for early 2026 at Union Temple Baptist Church in Washington, D.C., his spiritual home. In lieu of flowers, donations were requested for kidney disease research and gospel music scholarships. Smallwood's death closes a chapter but immortalizes his message. Through trials, praise prevails. His voice may be silent, but his songs continue to offer comfort, inspiring faith in generations to come. As one tribute aptly put it, Richard didn't just sing gospel, he lived it, and now Heaven's choir is richer for it. As we wrap up this deep dive into Richard Smallwood's remarkable life, remember to hit that like button if his story inspired you, subscribe to the Celeb Insider for more exclusive celebrity insights, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Share your favorite Smallwood song in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.